Nestled among oak trees in the rolling hills of Lucas Valley in San Rafael, California, is the location of the former Marin County Pauper Hospital and Pauper Cemetery, where as many as 800 unclaimed dead are buried. From 1880 until its closing in 1964, patients and their families suffering from contagious diseases were housed in pest houses on the same property where the Marin County Hospital operated. The ill and indigent, elderly, and sometimes prisoners from nearby San Quentin State Penitentiary were often brought to the hospital for treatment, where they died and their unclaimed bodies were later buried in the cemetery behind the hospital. In 1994, the hospital and dairy buildings were torn down, making way for single-family homes and senior housing. The plot of land where the cemetery lies is surrounded by trails and open space. We searched the area and found several grave markers, coffee cans filled with cement with numbered metal plaques buried in the mud and grass. The evidence you are about to review was captured during an investigation conducted in the open space of the now abandoned and unmarked cemetery. Standing in the center of the cemetery, an investigator took handheld digital photos. In this photo, you can clearly see a misty apparition of what appears to be a nude woman on the left side of the frame. The mist did not appear in other photos, suggesting that the apparition was able to manifest very quickly. Enhancing the image, you can clearly see the shape of a woman's upper torso, her shoulders and thighs. It even looks as though we can see her lungs, as if in an X-ray. Could this be a woman who suffered and died from tuberculosis, who was unclaimed by any family and then buried here in this pauper cemetery? Upon review of our digital audio, we hear an EVP of a woman's voice respond to a question I asked the photographer. Not hearing a reply, I asked the question again. The voice captured in between my questions was not the voice of the photographer.
Shine the light on the compass. Shine the light on the compass.
Enhancing the audio, you can hear a voice answer me in the white noise between the questions.
Shine the light on the compass. Shine the light on the compass.
Could this be the voice of the female apparition we captured minutes before? With so many unclaimed and forgotten souls buried here, we can only wonder who may still be working on this old poor farm.